Hello, welcome back to our channel. I'm Rupali Shah, a blockchain developer and your instructor at Newton School. So today's topic is to see how we can transfer ethers using Solidity and how you can send ethers to a smart contract. So that's the agenda of today's class or today's lecture. And before moving to our particular agenda, let me introduce you to the Newton School. So, Newton School is a edtech company that offers you some courses regarding full stack development. And if you want to become a full stack developer, then it's a great opportunity as we have launched our recent full stack development course, and you can get all the details and you can know about that particular course using a link in the description. So if you want to become a full stack developer, then I suggest you to check that link particularly because that will give you a lot of information about the course and the way we run. And the best part about Newton School is that we offers you a guarantee placement from 5 lakhs to 40 lakhs, and on top of that you don't have to pay the fees for the courses in the beginning. Once you land a job or your placements are finalized, then only you need to pay the fees for your courses. So yeah, that was a quick intro about Newton School. Now let's move on to our today's agenda, that is like transferring ethers from a smart contract and sending some ethers to a smart contract. So we have made a bank application in our last video, and we also told you that withdraw function we won't be able to make with this type of bank application. So let's make a few changes over here and let's see how you can create a withdraw function. So this is lecture 8, but we are just editing lecture 9. Sorry, this is lecture 9, but we are just editing the lecture 8 file. So I just remove the create account stage because I want to keep this simple and I want you to focus on the transfer function instead of all other processes. So over here in the deposit, we actually won't be taking the amount. Instead, we would be sending some amount, and that's why we would be making this particular function payable. So payable, yeah. And over here, instead of amount, we will be using message dot value. Now message dot value, basically if you want to call this function or deploy a particular smart contract, you could send some values. So in the deploy tab, you could see over here that we have an option of values, and this message dot value will be taking values from over this only. So this is how you could send some ethers on a particular smart contract. So yeah, this was basically the deposit function for now, and let's just compile the program and let's see if we have a error. Okay, so we have the error in the compilation stage, and this is because have selected the wrong compiler. Now let's try again, and I guess we would be good to go. Yeah, it's compiling till now, and till then what we could do is we could open our MetaMask and we could just have a login, because we will be deploying this particular thing in a real network. So let's move to account 1, and it's open at school. Why it is taking so much time? Let me just refresh this particular, just copy this and have a refresh over here. Yeah, reload. Okay, it just got compiled and I reloaded the whole um, ID. I guess it's a bit of network issue. Sorry for the delay. Yeah, we are back. So we could go to the Hello Solidity. We could go to the lecture 8 and we could again compile it. And yeah, we successfully compiled our particular program. Now let's just deploy it on a Ringbee testnet. So I have selected the Ringbee testnet and let's just click on the deploy button. So it will ask me for some permission. Let's just grant this some permissions, and it will be deployed in a while. That's because, yeah, mining takes time on a real particular thing. Now you could go just send some values before go clicking on this deposit function. So if I click on the deposit function right now, we have actually sent it zero values, so it will not make any sense. It will just use our gas, and yeah, gas costs some real ethers. So let's some send some values in ethers. So let's select ethers and let's send or let's select, okay, let's select ethers only, and let's send one ether. So we actually have 2.6 ethers, and I'm sending one ether in this particular smart contract. No, it will be risky, right? So let's try to give zero. Okay, we can't give 0 point, so we need to send the value in way only. So let's send some thousand way value, and now if I am gonna click on this deposit button, it will ask me the confirmation. It's almost 0.000001 ethers that we want to send in our bank, and let's just confirm the transaction. Yeah, I guess when we will be clicking on get balance, we would be able to see 0.000001 ethers in our bank. Let's maximize this and wait. Yeah, so our transaction was successful. We get a green tick, and now we could just check our balance. So yeah, it is showing us in way only the unit we just sent, and it's almost equal to 0.00000001 ethers. Now we could go for the withdraw function, and we could see that how we can get back this particular value into our account again. So let's create the withdraw function first. Let's create the function first, like the prototype of the function. So let's give this a name with, and let's say that okay, how much money you want to withdraw. So let's pass the balance over here, like, or the amount we can say a empty, I guess, yeah. And this is a public function, so that anyone could call this particular function, and this will be like not returning something, or this would be not having any special conditions, so we could just carry forward. Now, to withdraw money, we should first check that, like, if I'm wanted to withdraw one ethos, then I must have at least one ethos in my account or more than this. So we will be having a require query over here. This require function basically helps me to put some parameters, like if this is true, then please carry forward the particular function, or we can just fall back or revert the function. So I want that my amount must be less than or equal to the balance of my particular account. So we could just have the balance with the help of our mapping, and we could set this message dot sender. This is the address of our particular bank account, right? Now this is the require function, and if this function executes like a thing, like execute very nicely, or everything is fine, and we have moved to the next step of the function, then I want to make my first and first of all, we need to make this particular balance, like we need to subtract the amount from the balance. So this is a empty. We need to like deduct the amount from our balance, because we are transferring those amounts to someone else or to our own wallet. And second thing, we will be sending some ethers. So this we will be doing with the help of a transfer function, and this transfer function needs to be payable. So we will be having a payable, and this message dot sender is the address to on which we are gonna send the ethers. So this message dot sender needs to be you can say it needs to be zero, not zero, what we can say to this. This address needs to be payable, and that's why we have wrapped it in the payable function. Now we will be having some transfer function on this, and we will be transferring the amount. So this is the amount of ethers we need to transfer. And yeah, let's just compile it once and let's see where the error comes. So error is on our this particular transfer function. We could go to our console and we could check that, okay, what is the error? Not visible after argument in a lookup address payable. Okay, so we are not able to use the transfer function directly. Uh, So we are not able to use the transfer function directly. So yeah, let's just have a recall over this particular line. It's payable message dot send. Okay, we have a typo over here. It's transfer. So transfer, transfer. Now we could recompile it, and yeah, we successfully compile our particular contract. And now we could go to the deploy stage and we could redeploy our contract. So let's give the MetaMask the permission to again deploy our bank account or bank contract. And once the contract is deployed, we could see the difference between the previous one and this one. So now we have three things. We have a deposit function, we have a withdrawal function, and we have a get balance function. So first thing first is that we need to deposit some amount. So let's move to our value session and let's transfer this time 1 ethers. So let's deposit 1 ether in our particular bank account. So yeah, it will be taking some time due to the real network working, or like text network works like a real network, and this is what a real network basically takes time, and I guess it takes time more than this. So yeah, we need to bear with this right now. So we have proceeded with our deposit function, and now we could simply check the balance once our transaction just give us a green signal, a green tick, and so whatsoever. So yeah, we got a green signal and we could just check the balance, and yeah, we have 1 ethers in balance. And over this particular MetaMask, you could see that our 1 ethers has been deducted. So that is particularly deposit into our smart contract. Now we need to withdraw the money. So we have seen that if we will be passing amount more than what we actually have, then we won't be able to withdraw. So let's just copy this particular unit, because I'm not sure right now that it will be taking in ethers or it will be taking in ways. So let's just convert this into two and let's just check this out. So let's withdraw, and yeah, it denied the transaction, it reverted the transaction, it gave us a very lame excuse that gas estimation failed. But in actually we made a mistake. We want to withdraw money more than what we have deposit. So yeah, we will be canceling this particular transaction, and now we will be trying with 1 ether instead of 2. and we are not sure that this is in way or ethos, so let's just try our luck right now. So it was in way, and yeah, our luck just supported us, so we don't get the error and we have our transaction. So let's just confirm and let's see that if we are able to withdraw the money or not. So the transaction was successful. Now you could go to your account and check your balance, which will be around 2.6 ethos. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new about the transfer things, like how you can transfer money to your smart contract and then withdraw those money from your smart contract. So that's it for today, guys, and don't forget to like this video, subscribe the channel, because we will be coming with more exciting projects as the day will pass. Our The level of solidity we will be using, the level of web3 we will be using will increase surely by the time. So yeah, connect let stay connected to the channel by subscribing and hitting on the bell icon so that you receive all the notification of our upcoming videos. Thank you, guys.